All right, the 42-day detox or 42-day challenge, whatever you want to call it. The pitch is the same. I use this presentation. It works very well. Just stick to it. Obviously, you don't have to read it like a robot, but it gives you all the main points that you want to hit and elaborate on. It keeps it very consistent. It keeps it very timely, and it keeps you on track as far as the main points that you want to hit on, going through the pain cycle and things like that. Now, before I start this presentation, I do a couple things. One, like first and foremost, your first impression with this person is everything. So when they come into the door, you want to greet them with a big smile and great energy, and you want to shake their hand right away. You want to make them feel welcome. It's important that your entire staff is on page with this as well. You never want someone walking into the gym, kind of hanging around and looking around. They're nervous, they're scared. They've had a lot of failed attempts in the past. They don't even know if we're real or legit at this point. So first impression and energy within the first couple seconds is crucial. Like, I cannot emphasize this enough. So make sure that everyone is greeted with a lot of enthusiasm and a smile. You walk them into, wherever you're doing your sales presentation. Then I give everyone a bottle of water. So I don't ask if they want water. I just give one to them. They say thank you. They automatically feel indebted to me. So I'm kind of starting on that right foot. And then another thing I do is, as they're filling out their questionnaire, I do group sales. So I have 2, 3, 5, sometimes at a time. And so obviously people are going to finish up at different times as far as filling out their questionnaire. So as they're done, I collect them and I ask each person, one, do you have any type of dietary restrictions? So are you following a keto diet or a vegan diet, or are you, allergic or sensitive to anything that you know of at this point? So note that, if anything. And then the second thing I always ask is about injuries or physical limitations. So I ask, do you have any existing or old injuries that I need to know about? Okay, and you note that. A lot of people, of course, without asking, they have, disc herniations and old, shoulder injuries and past surgeries and stuff like that. So you really need to dig into this a little bit. Ask if they have any type of chronic pain. So do you have low back pain? Do you have neck pain, shoulder, knee pain, all those things? So one, I think it's very important to learn that about people before they start exercising with you. And two, it builds credibility right off the bat, that you're a professional, that you're asking the right questions, that you want to know more about them as a person, their abilities, and how to correctly guide them through this process. So do all three of those things before you even start the presentation. And then once everyone's ready and focused, I close the door. I do this in a separate office so there are no distractions. But whether you're doing this in a separate office or just in a specific part of your gym or wherever, I start on time. And if someone's 10 minutes late, they're not allowed in. It just disrupts the energy. It's disrespectful to the people who are on time. It shows that you value their time, that you're being respectful of their time and their commitment to being on time. So if someone's 10 minutes late, sorry you missed it. You can, try again another time, but we have started. All right, so let's dive in. So 42-day detox challenge. Remember, enthusiasm and tonality is really, really important here, guys. Okay, so let's do this. So first off, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your busy day to come chat with me. I really appreciate it. I know you guys probably have a lot going on in your lives. So what is it that we do here at Elevate? So for us, it's important to us that we created a place to where we can literally help people change their lives, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally, and psychologically. And so we do this by providing all the support that they need. We've created an environment and a community that are both inviting and encouraging. So, if you are not looking forward to working out with the people at your gym, then you're probably not going to show up very often, right? And they say, yeah, okay. So this is why it's important that we've created an awesome environment for everybody. So this challenge, this 42-day challenge, has proven to help thousands. People typically lose a lot of weight. They lose anywhere between 10 and 25 pounds. And obviously this varies person to person just because of how much weight they have to lose, where they're starting from, the timeline, how compliant they are with things. It helps improve sleep. It gives people energy all day. It overcomes bad habits and choices. It'll improve your self-confidence. It'll improve your sex drive. It'll improve your immune health. And it'll help you get your sexy back. Okay, Super important. Who doesn't want that, right? So who are we? So Elevate has been in business for over 5 years. Combined, we have well over 10 years of training experience with clients, whether that's in one-on-one setting, in their homes, remotely, online, here at the gym. We've trained and worked with over 2,000 clients. We have awesome, amazing reviews from everybody. We've helped clients lose over 3,000 pounds in 2018. So that's something we are very, very proud of because we have a mission to impact over 10,000 lives in St. Pete. And yes, that seems like a lot, but in our mind, like we are just barely cracking the surface on that. So we have a lot more work to do. We also have a proven track record of success. Okay, so which means we're kind of a big deal, as Ron Burgundy would say. And there will be plenty of memes and GIFs, and this is just how we communicate here at Elevate because we're super sarcastic. And if you if you don't get this right now, you're probably not going to work out with us long term. Okay. All right, so we want to work with you, but it's important to us that we manage expectation. Okay, so I have to know, like, are you okay with sleeping better? All right, are you okay with losing body fat? Are you okay with feeling better than you've ever felt before? Are you okay with getting your confidence back and looking good in all of your clothes and feeling great, like naked or in a bikini or whatever it is? Like, you have to be okay with experiencing those things because you're going to have to put in the work to get those, right? All right, so let's just kind of briefly look through, like, a lot of people think that they have to be in shape or be some level of fitness before they can start exercising, which is just the most silly thing ever. Like, that is literally what we do. We teach you how to exercise. We teach people from the ground up. So here's just some examples of very ordinary, everyday people. Like Lourdes, she works full time. She's a single mom. She has 3 kids, also has dogs to take care of. I mean, she works around the clock, but she always makes it here on time. 4 days a week. She tracks her food. Sergey, another one, super, super busy, travels a lot. So this guy's on the road for at least a week and a half out of the month, right? So he's still learning how to stay on track with his diet. He feels great. He keeps up with his exercises and his nutrition, even when he's traveling around the globe. So super important, okay? Adam, amazing. He actually started with us in a challenge last year, and he's lost over 100 pounds with us, which is so amazing to me. A lot of people just see this huge mountain they need to climb, and with him, we started at 6 weeks at a time, and we slowly kind of chipped away at small goals, and it's led to over 100-pound loss. So yeah, there he is again. Started January. He is well over 300 pounds. He lost the first 100 pounds within 10 months. Right? So super consistent, eating well, exercising, and just showing up every single day, right? Doing the boring, consistent stuff that people choose not to do, right? Another example here, day 1 versus day 62, like, not only does she look dramatically different, but she feels amazing. Like she always says, like she can't believe that she loves coming to the gym and she really looks forward to being here, which is important to me because I think a lot of people like dread the gym, think it's going to be this terrible experience. So that's why we've created a fun environment. Tiffany, another awesome transformation from her. She was a D1 collegiate athlete. And so for her, at one point she was in shape, super active at one point in her time or in her life. And, after college was over, she, adulthood hit her. And so for her, she got a full-time job, she got married and just life started getting in the way. And so she slowly just stopped taking care of herself and prioritizing herself. And so over time, she kind of lost touch with her body, but she got back into it. She's feeling amazing again. So this is a great example of someone who knows exactly what to do and has been there before. They just got so off track and they just didn't really know how to get started again. And so that's what we were able to provide for her, which is really, really cool. Randy, another awesome dude. You'll see him at the gym a lot. He's everywhere. He is at every single workout. He will push you to your limits. He pushes himself all the time. He's completely embraced strength training and working out. He was not very active before joining us. And not only is he at the gym 4 or 5 times a week with us, but now he like rides his bike everywhere. Like he's completely changed his outlook and he's truly like transformed into a new healthy lifestyle, which is awesome, which is the point, right? So our challenge is an amazing program. But what a lot of people don't realize is that there's a huge demand for it. And so we have well over 300 applicants every single month anytime we open this. So for us, it's important that we get the right people through the door, right? And so we can only take about 40 people per month because we are a small gym, right? We're not LA Fitness to where we can pack in, 2,000 people memberships and then, hope that they don't show up, right? Like we make sure that everyone actually shows up to our gym. We want you to come in and get results and be part of our community. So spots are limited, right? And we also know that this program is not a great fit for everybody. So I need you to be very upfront and honest if you cannot fully commit, right? It's okay if this is not for you, but we just need to be honest, okay, here about, what's going to work and what you're seriously going to consider, because I don't want you taking someone else's spot that is serious about this, that will use this as the catalyst to making some amazing changes in their life, okay? So because of the high demand, this program is first come, first serve. So that means that we need a yes or no answer today. Okay. If it's no, that's fine. That's totally cool. It was great to meet you. But if it is yes, then we're going to get started right away. We're going to test your body composition. We're going to set you up for your nutrition consult. But if you leave here today, there's no holding spots. Okay. We just have way too many applicants in order to do that. Cool. Everyone on the same page? Awesome. All right. So what am I looking for? So I'm looking for people who are willing to make a major life change, okay? Not someone who's just looking for a quick fix, but for someone who's willing to take action, right? Someone who's going to be a contributing member of our community, right? You're going to kind of join in on this big, crazy family of ours. And so it's important that we get the right people. Do you feel like you fit that description? Okay, and this is where I go around and kind of ask people like, do you want to join a community of positive people? Do you want to be working out with people who are going to cheer you on and support you and making sure that you're pushing yourself in the right ways? And you kind of go and get some feedback. We want to make sure that throughout this whole presentation that you have interaction, you have nods and yeses and like people are like totally in it and on the same page with you, all right? You don't want to just be talking at people and lecturing them. They're not interested in that, okay? You need to be entertaining and interactive. Okay, so back to presentation. So today I'm going to show you exactly how we get about 90% of our participants to lose 15 to 25 pounds or 5% body fat in 6 weeks, even if you have never worked out before, okay, or if you've failed at other programs in the past. And I think we can all say we kind of fall into one of those categories, or maybe both, all right? So you have to be ready to truly break free of your bad habits. Okay, you have to be ready to not only just lose weight, but to keep it off. All right, I am not interested in people, white knuckling their way through some crazy diet to lose weight and then gain it back. All right, I'm not interested in doing that, and I don't think you are either, right? Okay, so you have to be really ready to embrace this new lifestyle, right? To step into the new identity of the healthy and fit person. Cool? Okay. So before we get started into all the details, I want to be super clear, all right? So we're looking for doers. Again, we want action takers to join our program, okay? I want to work with people that are ready to change their lives. You need to be a proactive participant in your own success, all right? Does that make sense? Okay? So you cannot expect to just sit on the sidelines and sign up for a program and for the results to just magically come just because you want them. Okay, or you're hoping for them or wishing for them. Okay, no one will work harder for you for your own goals. Okay, it's very, very important that we understand that in this coaching relationship of ours. So you have to play your part and I will play mine. All right. So just as long as we're on the same page, we can move forward. Cool? All right. So, and before we get to the details of the 42-day detox system, what we're doing right now, right? Like how you guys are eating, how you're living your lifestyle, your schedule, your exercise program or lack thereof. Can we all agree that what you're currently doing is not working for you? Yes? Okay, awesome. All right, let's move on. And that 6 weeks of hard work and consistency will yield an incredible result. It'll lay down an awesome foundation. However, all of your problems will not be solved in 6 weeks, right? Okay. Just want to make sure we're clear on this, okay? Because it's important to me that we're working with people who are of the right mind frame and who have the right expectations starting this. Because it didn't take you 6 weeks to get here, okay? All right, so it's hard work. But if you could be 90% certain that if you put in all the work, you'd be a success story. All right, meaning you'd be down the 15, 20, 25 pounds of the 5% body fat you've probably tried to been doing on your own for the past 2 months, 6 months, year, 5, 10 years even, right? Like a lot of people have been trying to do these things on their own for a long time. All right, so if there was a 90% success rate and you were certain that if you follow this protocol and you would, lose a 15, 25 pounds, whatever, would you follow through and stick to your commitment, right? Are you that type of person? Okay, and this is where I want to hear from everybody and raise their hand, okay? So you're qualifying people on this, right? They're kind of selling you on being able to participate in this program. So qualification. So I know this is kind of cheesy, guys, but we do a lot of like high fives and hand raising and stuff like that. We're not robots. We want you to be involved in this process. So I want you guys to raise your hand as I start to like identify these things. All right, cool. All right, so raise your hand if you believe 100% that you can be a success story and drop the 15, 25 pounds or 5% body fat in 6 weeks. All right, I want to see all of you guys raising your hands, because if you don't believe, then you will not achieve, right? We don't do things in order to achieve something that we don't think is possible, right? That kind of defeats the purpose of it, right? You're not going to put in work in something that you don't believe in. So you have to believe. Okay, number 2. If you're tired of waiting and you're ready to make a change and prioritize your health and well-being today, okay? Not next Monday, all right? Not, once summer is here or after my birthday week or after my birthday month, all right? It's got to be today. Remember, we want action takers, we want doers, all right? You have to be willing to jump in, both feet, all right, to take action. And you understand that will be hard work, but you're willing to put in the hard work to get the best possible results. Okay, raise your hand. All right, I want to see them. All right, we got to participate, right? We got to be a proactive participant here. Okay, all right, so let's dive into the whole system. So let me get to know a little more about you. All right, so again, I've had you fill out these questionnaires for 2 reasons. 1, I want to know a little more about you. So I want to understand your goals, your history, your experience. I kind of read over all those front and back. I know where, your kind of starting weight is, your goal weight is. I've asked you about dietary restrictions and injuries and things like that. But the second piece of this is that I'm going to hold your own words against you in a few weeks if you fall off track, right? And so this is where everyone laughs. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So our program works because of these 3 success pillars. So we combine fitness, nutrition, and accountability. Okay. And it's important that we have all 3, right? So fitness, you will work out with our team of master coaches 3 times per week. So it doesn't matter how strong you are, how fast or slow you are, if you have any previous gym experience whatsoever, you will be working out here with our coaches. They're going to be taking care of you, making sure we're modifying as needed, making sure you're safe, you're going to have fun, workouts are effective. So is everyone cool with that? Raise your hand. Okay, you can work out 3 sessions with us per week given our current schedule. Okay. Next page. Oh, there's our schedule. Okay. Again, we need a minimum of 3 here, right? Because 3 is a minimum effective dose as far as physically transforming, but also from a habit standpoint, I need you to exercise at least 3 times per week to make sure that this becomes a habit, right? Make sure that this becomes a part of your routine, that it's just what you do. And then at some point you're like, I actually miss working out. I want to go to the gym, right? So 3 times a week is the minimum for us. All right, nutrition, that's number 2, and super, super important. So nutrition is 80% of your transformation. So we provide each member with a detailed meal plan. We have recipe books, we have shopping lists, we have dining out guides, we have meal prep cheat sheets. The meal plans include recipes for breakfast, lunches, and dinners. So the cool thing is, I do not believe there's like a one-size-fits-all when it comes to nutrition. I believe that everyone's needs vary. So what I do is I test everyone's body composition, right? And I see where you are right now based on how much body fat you have, how much muscle mass you have. We'll factor in things like your, non-exercise activities. So do you sit at a desk all day, or are you doing like manual labor outside and sweating? And then what your exercise activity is going to be like. And so I factor all those important things together, and I come up with a template and a plan for you, because someone who's 300 pounds and who's seated at a desk all day is going to have far greater needs than someone who's 150 pounds and who is very active and working outside and exercises a lot. Make sense? Okay, cool. We also have awesome supplementation if that's something that you want to take advantage of. Of course, nutrition is the number one thing, is going to be very, very important. There is no magic supplement that will replace eating well and eating correctly. However, we've partnered with Prestige Labs to develop a product line designed for our transformation challenge. So this has been an amazing part because it really helps in behavior. It helps in increasing metabolism, curbing cravings, improving sleep and recovering, and exercising increasing your exercise performance, which is important, right? Like if you want to change your body and get stronger and lose body fat, you have to be able to push yourself through a really hard workout. So these are all things that'll help with that. Thirdly, and I think which is the most important, and I don't think a lot of people realize how valuable this is until they go without it, is an accountability coach. So This is Mallory, your beautiful accountability coach. She's our fiery little redhead, but don't let that smile fool you. She will literally bring the hammer down on you, like in this photo here. She'll be your accountability coach during the 42-day challenge. And so each member is required to check in with her weekly. Okay, this helps solidify our new routine. It keeps you accountable. She's going to keep you connected. She's going to congratulate you and encourage you throughout your challenge. She'll also be available to you to reach out if you have any questions about your nutrition, about your workouts, about your recovery, sleep, meal prepping, like traveling on the weekends, going on vacation. Like, she is there to guide you every step of the way, right? But she's also going to make sure that you stay on track, that you show up to your workouts, that you're sticking to the food template, that you're grocery shopping correctly, that you're turning in your weights every day. Very, very important, because the more feedback and data we get from you, the more clearly and efficiently we can steer you from where you are now to your goals. Okay, so it's important that you are okay with establishing a connection and relationship with Mallory, that you engage, that you answer her questions, and then you ask them in return, right? Okay, everyone cool with that? So again, weekly weigh-ins. These are mandatory weigh-ins that keep you accountable and help you track your progress. Weekly attendance check-ins and weekly accountability checklists. So very, very important that we track the habits. So like, we're going to keep track of your sleep. We're going to keep track of your water intake. We're going to keep track of the number on the scale, right? We're going to keep track of, your food intake for the day, your stress levels, activity, workouts. All those things go into your ability to hit your goal. And so we have a big emphasis on tracking habits, the things that you have control over, right? Because if you focus on the habits lead to the result. So we really want to make sure that we're getting you to do those habits daily and consistently, okay? We do this with, something like the accountability tracker. So again, we track your food, we track water, we track sleep, we track stress, we track workouts, we track your daily weigh-ins, a lot of things that go into making sure that you're crossing those things off the list that lead to the result, okay? A big part of accountability is making sure that, again, we have a really fun and inviting environment. So, we're super laid back people, we have a lot of fun, we make sure that you enjoy yourself while being here, that you look forward to coming to the gym, and that not only is the gym going to be a place where you can get a good workout in and achieve your body composition goals and health and fitness goals, but it's somewhere where you can form awesome relationships. Like, you really looking forward to being with us because it's your stress reliever, it's your social hour, it's the time away from your kids, it's the 1 hour of your day where you're not like, bound to your phone or your desk or your boss or whatever. It's all about you, and you can really enjoy yourself and look forward to coming here, which is why normally when people come, they stay for years. Okay, we've had people that are still here with us from 5 years ago when we first started, and it's really special to us. All right, so when your gym buddy wants you to work out and you don't, we will literally drag you to make sure you get here. All right, so for the challenge, officially, your goal will be to be compliant, right? I talked about focusing on the habits and the behaviors. So because of this, you must complete all of your workouts, okay, and your nutrition check-in. So again, you have to be able to come do 3 sessions per week. That is crucial, okay? You have to do your nutrition check-ins with Mallory. You must allow us to use your before and after pictures for testimonials. You must weigh in every single week so we can track your progress, right? If we're not tracking your progress, how do we know if it's effective or working, right? How do we know to make changes if needed if we're not tracking all that data? Okay, we must track data. Really, really important. You must fill out your accountability checklist every week, okay? So now that you've heard about the step-by-step 42-day system, why do you feel like you'd be a great candidate for the program? Okay, and this is when you go around and ask every single person, Sally, now that you've heard all about our 42-day system and kind of comparing it to things you tried in the past, why do you feel like you'd be a great fit for this? And you have Sally sell you on why she'd be a great candidate, okay? Why she should be able to do this, why this is going to be the thing that gets her to her goal finally. And so you do that with every single person. And the theme that you're looking for here is accountability, right? Accountability and motivation, holding me accountable, making me show up. Because at the end of the day, it's not knowledge, right? It's not having the nutrition plan. It's not giving people workouts. Like, it's making them do it, and it's holding them accountable to those things. So you go around and you ask every single person that, and you have to make sure that they give you a decent enough answer, right? And if they're like, oh yeah, it sounds good, I'm like, that's not good enough. Like, you got to dig deep. Like, you got to really force people to give you a solid answer, okay? And what does this system have that you were missing in the past? Okay, that's kind of like a two-part question there that you can ask each individual. Awesome. All right, so let's talk about your next step. So at Elevate, we historically have a 90% success rate of people losing between 4 and 7% body fat, which translates to like 15, 20, 25 pounds during the 42-day detox system, right? And again, that depends on person to person, just based on how much weight they have to lose and where they're starting from and where they want to go. But, why is it that we can get this done? Why is it that, so many people have tried for months and years and years and years on their own with different diets and different exercise programs, and they're never able to achieve this result until coming to work with us? Why do you guys think that is? Okay. For most people, it's the first time that they've had all three components together to ensure their success. Okay. So most people have never worked directly with coaches for every single workout. All right. That's key. They've never had experts guiding their eating habits. And they've never had a personal accountability coach hold them accountable every step of the way, right? So that is crucial, guys. You want to make sure that you're actually doing the things necessary to hit the result. You got to show up every day. You got to follow the meal plan. You got to be consistent. All right, cool. All right, so there are two versions of the 42-day detox here. So option A, you do the 42-day detox system with the support of my team. Okay, that means you're working directly with my expert coaches. You're here doing your workouts 3 times a week, doing the training sessions with my trainers. They're making sure that you're doing things correctly, and you're making sure they're having a good time. They're making sure that you're pushing yourself in all the right ways. We're making modifications. And with option A, you also have Mallory, who's your personal accountability coach. Now, she's the one who's ensuring your success along the way. And yes, I literally pay her to call and talk to you every single day, okay? So if you want to do option A, this version requires an accountability deposit. It's $5.99 or it's 3 payments of $210. It's your choice. But after your first 6 weeks, after you crush your habit and your behavior goals, you can apply 100% of it towards your membership. Okay, so how can I afford to pay my team while we give away 6 weeks of free training and nutrition and accountability? Because for me, I know the people who choose option A will not only get amazing results, but will fall in love with us, and you'll fall in love with how you feel, and you'll have this whole new lifestyle that you won't want to give up. Right? So this ensures that you maintain all that you've achieved and that you continue to make progress, and you truly make this a lifestyle change, okay? Because for us, we want to pour our energy and our resources into people who are serious, right? This shows us that you're serious about your long-term goals, and it's not just a quick fix for you, okay? So most logical people, if I provide a great experience and get them results they've never achieved before, they stay, right? So option B, okay? You do the 42-day detox system without the direct support of my team. Okay, so I set you up with your meal plan. I give you access to a very robust online portal with workout videos, instructions, recipes, and all that. Everything you need to be successful if you do it. That is the key. Okay, so you'll have an initial nutrition orientation. You have a halfway meeting here with us to check on your progress, and you'll have a final way out at the end of your 6 weeks to determine your results. Okay, but you will not have access to my coaches here, and you will not have Mallory coaching you through this entire process. So, quick little story. The first time we had this challenge, I had a huge group who signed up, right? I hired extra trainers and I paid Mallory to be on call and hold people accountable. We were really, really excited for this epic challenge. We were super pumped to show people what was possible, because I think a lot of people just don't even realize that these changes are possible with the right combination and the support. They've just never done it before, right? They just don't believe it's possible. So I figured if I can get amazing people, or if I can get people amazing results, of course they'd stay, right? And then they'll probably recruit their friends. Duh, it sounds totally logical. I get them awesome results, they tell their friends, they'll be raving about us. We'll be a packed gym in no time, right? Sounds like a great plan, okay? So we set off and did that. The problem is that no one showed up, okay? And this was an epic fail for everyone involved. Only half the people showed up from sign up to nutrition, right? So from this interview right now, moving to just their first nutrition orientation, only half those people showed up, right? Sucks, okay? And then another half of those people from nutrition to their first workout, I lost those people. So by workout number 1, I failed 70% or 75% of the people I vowed to help. And we still had 6 weeks to go, okay? So to me, that was not a good experience for anyone involved, right? So, after making all the phone calls, with Mallory, their accountability coach, I jumped in, my other coaches jumped in, right? Because I had so much free time on their hands since no one was actually showing up for the workout. workouts, they were able to call everybody. I realized that they quit because it wasn't important enough to them, and they had no skin in the game. They quit the moment it got tough, the moment they were tired, the moment they didn't feel like it anymore, the moment they had a change of schedule, they had a bad day at work, the moment their motivation started to wear off, right? The moment they realized they actually had to put effort and make some changes. That's when people stop showing up. Okay. So I had to, take a step back, and I had to make a decision. And I had to ask myself, do I truly want to help people? Or do I want to just say I want to help people, right? Because I can't help people who don't show up. I cannot help people who refuse to play their part. I cannot help people who aren't ready to take action, okay? So I had to switch it up, and I found a new way to reveal who is really in it for the long haul, and who is just looking for a magical solution, right? So I did an experiment. I did the challenge again, but with the same AB option that I'm offering to you guys today, right? So both have nutrition, templates, cookbooks, shopping guides. Both have effective, challenging, and fun workouts. Both have access to our private members Facebook group for support and questions. But this time I introduced a deposit option A. And something magical did happen. What do you know, right? So people showed up to their workouts. They followed their meal plans. It was a freaking miracle. And so that was the first time we had a 90% completion rate. Okay, so the average result was 15 to 25 pounds lost, or 4 to 7% body fat. And so that's when I realized that people value their dollar most. I mean, I know I do, right? Like, money is important to me. Okay, so people may say they value their health, their fitness, and nutrition, but if they were to audit their bank accounts, we'd see what they truly value, right? Like, are they spending it on Starbucks and purses and like bar tabs, or are they spending it on their gym membership and going to the grocery store and food prepping, right? So before you decide which option is best for you, okay, I need you to be very honest with yourself here, okay? Because you guys all said that you were ready to take action, you're doers, you're ready to make a change, transformation. So you need to be very honest with yourself here, okay? So I need you to think about where you are right now and why you've gotten here, and why you've struggled to solve this problem in the past. Why have all those other diets failed in the past? Why have all those other workout programs in the past failed you? Why has just paying for a gym membership to LA Fitness failed you in the past? Okay, I want you to think about that before you decide. Now, most people know they have to eat better and exercise. Like, that's pretty straightforward, right? They know a lot, okay? You can Google all this stuff, right? Like, we have YouTube. Like, you can learn how to exercise and come up with a great program on your own, right? Like, that's not that crazy, okay? Information is at our fingertips from our phones now. It's amazing. But it's not what you know. It's what you do, and you do consistently, that leads to success. Okay, so again, option A ensures you actually do the program. Okay, it ensures you show up to your workouts even when you're tired, sore, any other excuses you've used in the past. It ensures you follow your nutrition program and that you have an actual support system in place while you're in the beginning stages of trying to make some huge life changes. Okay, option A is where 90% of the people who participate genuinely change their lives. Okay, option B will work if you have the discipline to work it. Okay, just to be straight up, guys, like, I'll reveal some data for you. So more than half the people who choose to do option B, the free online version, end up putting down their accountability deposit in our halfway meeting. Why do you think that is? Okay, and this is where you want them to like, yeah, I totally get it, like, laugh and like throw out some answers, right? Okay, why do you think that is? They regret having wasted another 3 weeks of trying to execute a proven system on their own, by themselves, when they know that accountability and support is the number one reason they failed so many times in the past, even though the nutrition and the workouts are equally effective, right? It's crazy, okay? So let me ask you this. So do you want the support of my team to ensure your success so we can maximize your results? Or do you want to give this a shot on your own and risk wasting more time trying to apply the system by yourself? Okay, so which one is best for you? Option A, you do with the support of my team. We're going to make sure you show up to your workouts. We're going to support you through this whole process. We're going to modify your nutrition as we go. Or option B, you give this a shot on your own. We'll do a halfway check-in with you to see how you're doing, and then we'll check in with you 6 weeks later. Okay, and so this is where it's awesome because everyone fills out something. They're either signing up for A or they're signing up for B. Okay, And so, if you deliver this correctly, if you make people feel like, well, duh, I need option A, then you shouldn't really have too many people taking option B. Okay, if you find that you're having a lot of people take option B, you didn't deliver it correctly enough, you didn't hit on those pain points hard enough throughout the presentation, you didn't have enough engagement and interaction. But this is a super cool pitch, guys. I like it. It works. You just have to deliver the right type of energy and tonality, and people, the right people will be stoked about option A, and kind of the crappy, non-committal, cheap, whatever ghetto people will just weed themselves out by taking option B. Pretty simple.